Scams of the elite. Overpopulation. The world is not overpopulated. In fact, it is quite underpopulated. If you took everyone in the whole world and put them in the state of Texas, each person would have about 1,000 square feet of space, and the rest of the world would be empty. Most people do not have 1,000 square feet of space reserved for themselves personally in their homes today. The myth of overpopulation is promoted by the elite because the world is overpopulated from their standpoint, which is that the only purpose of people other than themselves is to do slave labor for them. And, due to advances in technology, there is less of a demand for physical slaves today than in the past, hence there is an overpopulation of slaves. The planet Earth, incidentally, produces enough food to feed 3 worlds equivalent to the Earth. Where does it all go so that people starve to death? Ask the elite. The Divine Right of Kings. The Divine Right of Kings is a scam cooked up long ago, which asserts that kings rule by divine right because God talks to them and tells them what to do, and so what they do cannot be questioned by ordinary mortals. It is not clear whether God has ever talked to a king, but it is very doubtful that God would want to talk to any of today's world leaders. However, this concept is still perpetuated by the elite. Tracing your ancestry to an important figure is a requirement for entering the inner circles of the elite even today. And in their mind, they believe that they are chosen to rule and that, therefore, it is perfectly okay for them to do anything they want to the non-chosen. Supervising the evolution of mankind. Stories abound of secret places inhabited by beings who are on Earth to supervise the evolution of mankind. These characters are apparently some subgroup of the ruling elite. They are no more supervising human evolution than you are supervising the evolution of tropical fish by scooping them up out of the free waters where God placed them and putting them in a glass cage with plastic plants and ceramic rocks. You do this for your personal pleasure, and the elite do the same thing to you for their personal pleasure. Planetary security. The planet Earth is very well defended. From exactly what it is being defended is not so clear. A defense shield extends out as far as the planet Jupiter. Additionally, the people of the Earth will soon be under total control after the program to implant them with identification microchips is completed. It has not been yet, but the Death Ray satellite program has been completed, and any person anywhere on the face of the Earth can be killed at any time by shooting them in the head with the Death Ray laser satellites. Death appears to be cerebral hemorrhage, just like in the Invaders TV series, and only special government doctors can tell the difference, and they, of course, will not talk. Once everyone has their microchip implant, absolute order will be ensured, because anyone who does anything wrong can be immediately killed by typing his identification number into the satellite control system and pushing the red, or whatever, kill button. Radiation protection. The elite are scared of radiation. They feel someone may get it together enough to make a crude nuclear bomb and drop it on or near them. However, they have solved that problem now by developing a vaccine against radiation. In order to do the medical experiments necessary to develop this drug, thousands of U.S. citizens were sacrificed, killed. The government now admits to 100,000, but will never admit why, to develop the secret radiation vaccine. In the circle of the elite, the end always justifies the means. Continuing radiation experiments. If that's not enough, the classic AMA radiation treatments for cancer seem to be just a continuation of government experiments because these treatments do not cure cancer, and that is not the treatment the elite use for themselves if they get cancer. What they use is a secret aura balancing machine, which basically does what psychic healers have been doing for years, combined with Chinese herbal medicine and state-of-the-art medical diagnostics. The treatment is painless and actually works. Ancient electronics. You might think solid-state electronics was a buzzword for the 21st century, but you're wrong. The Bible contains detailed descriptions of how to build sophisticated electronic devices. When you see detailed descriptions, such as in Revelation, of a sheet of gold together with detailed measurements of where to place specific crystals on the sheet of gold, you are looking at a schematic for some type of device. Exactly who was communicating these instructions to mankind thousands of years ago is not clear, but it is clear that it was not God, who would have no use for such devices. One set of instructions, if followed, results in the construction of a type of accumulator we know as a capacitor. Such devices can charge themselves if left sitting. The Bible student who built the device apparently knew nothing of electrical safety and was electrocuted.